Hi guys, so for today's video, I am going to just talk to you guys about everything makeup related, including one skincare thing that has come into my life since the start of 2020. So I think I'm going to do these kind of like update style videos, going over everything I've picked up in the last little while. I'm planning to do them maybe every 2 months because I don't usually have this much stuff in a 2-month period. So I think if I did them every month, I'd have like one thing to show and it'd be kind of boring. So I'm going to do every 2 months. But this one's going to be especially crazy because I just brought out everything that is new to me in 2020 and it's insane. So we're going to just get right into it. So I have a bit of explaining to do when it comes to it. Some things I feel like are valid reasons for purchasing these things. Other times it's just like being a moment of weakness kind of thing. So I will get into all that as we go through. But let me start with the one skincare item that I have. This is the Seaweed Oil Control Gel Cream from the Body Shop. It is the moisturizer wow, okay. There we go. So this is the moisturizer that I use in the morning before I do my makeup. It's really nice for under makeup because it doesn't leave your skin really greasy, which can tend to break down makeup and stuff like that. So I use this in the mornings. I feel okay about the fact that this came into my life recently because I did have another moisturizer that I was using in the mornings as my like morning moisturizer, and then I ran out. So this is technically, I consider this like a replacement. So I feel okay about replacements because, you know, certain things are kind of like staples, and I do have very, very dry skin, so I really do actually need this. So I'm okay with this. And so far I'm liking it. It's a new, different like brand of moisturizer than the last one I had, and so far so good. Yeah, so let's get into, so that's the only skincare kind of item. So next I want to talk about like makeup tools that I got this in the last 2 months or so. So firstly, I got 3 new sponges. These came all together in a 3-pack, so it was just like one purchase, I guess you could say, but it came with 3. This is the Morphe and Jeffree Star like beauty sponge collection. I don't exactly know the name offhand, but basically I did have a beauty blender and it ripped and was just getting really old and stuff, and so I decided to get this instead of buying another beauty blender, and it came with 1 large sponge and then 2 minis. So I use the minis for like my concealer, and then I use this for like the rest of my face. So that's the first like tool kind of thing that I purchased. Next I have some brushes. So my brush collection before 2020 was really bad. It's still not great. I just hate spending money on brushes because it's like so not fun and not exciting. But like before 2020, I'm just looking over there because that's where my older brushes are. I had like one face brush that's like terrible. It sucks. And then I had some of those double-ended brushes that come with like palettes and things like that. And then I had a couple other really old brushes from like some really cheap brush set that I got like several years ago, like probably a decade ago. So that's all I had in the way of brushes before this year. And then this year I have picked up a few brushes. So I picked up another dollar store brush set because I don't know, I feel like dollar store quality compared to like the old dollar store like cheap brush set that I had before. These ones are actually better than the other dollar store brushes that I got. It was like a set of 3 eye brushes, and I actually don't mind them. I think I mean, for the dollar store, they're not so bad. So that's what they look like. So there's like a fluffy blending brush, a more precise, like flatter kind of brush, and then one of these like really precise, like almost like eyeliner type brushes. I mean, it's not quite thin enough to work with like an eyeliner, but you get the idea. So I got 3 eye brushes, and then I got 2 face brushes. I almost said 3 because I have this one, but it came actually in a set, so I'm gonna leave that for now. So this one I also got at the dollar store, but it was like $4 or something, so it wasn't really like dollar store. It's just a fluffy kind of like blush brush. It's okay so far. And then I got this one from Sephora on sale. It is like a Sephora collection tapered face brush, and it was $8 on sale, which is pretty good. I actually really enjoy this one. I like to use it for my blush and my highlighter. So it's a really good brush. I'm quite happy with it so far. It's really fluffy and yeah, just really nice. Okay, let's talk about, oh, and this is another tool, I guess. I didn't have a sharpener. So I had a lot of pencil liners and things that like I just haven't used because they're not sharp, and I just never picked up a sharpener. So this is just like kind of a little thing, but I did get it this year, so add that. And then the next thing is these false eyelashes. I've already used one pair. It came with 2 pairs and a glue. So I have added the glue and the lashes to my collection, but I don't actually really like the lashes that much after trying them. They're just like a little too subtle for me. Like I can end up achieving pretty much that level of length and volume with like the right mascara. So I'm not like super happy with it, but this is like my favorite glue. So I'm glad that it came with this little thing of glue because I can use that for other lashes later on. And then let's talk about, oh, tools, right. So I consider this kind of like a tool. It's not really, but basically I bought this palette, not the shadows that are in it. The shadows that are in it I already had. They were in a really, really big, huge palette, and I just depotted them and put them in this magnetic palette, but I did have to buy the magnetic palette. So the magnetic palette itself, I bought 2 of them. This has some Franken shadows in it, but I bought 2 magnetic palettes, so that counts as 2 items, I guess. So there's that. And I think that's pretty much it for like tools that I bought. So I guess next thing I will talk about is face products. So these are all pretty, except for with the exception of one, these are pretty much all replacements. So again, I feel okay about getting replacements because you kind of have to get them. They're kind of like a necessary evil. So the first is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is my go-to primer. I was using it before and it ran out, so this is just a replacement of that. Pretty easy to justify, I guess. The next is the Rimmel London Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation. Again, this is my go-to foundation and it recently ran out, so I picked up a replacement. And then the other one, this is CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. And this, although it's a new foundation, sorry, my camera keeps getting bumped by my cat. This is a new foundation that I've never tried before, but I did buy it as a replacement again for this. This is the Makeup Forever foundation. This is the one I was using. It's almost out. Like I can get a couple drops out of it, probably, but this is kind of, I purchased this as a replacement for this one. And then the last thing, actually no, sorry, this is not the last thing. This is a concealer, and I didn't have any like good under eye concealer before this, so this is not a replacement, but I did buy this year. It is just a drugstore, like it's a Rimmel Stay Matte concealer. Oh my goodness, Alaska, stop bumping the camera. And then I also bought this powder from the Body Shop. It is the all-in-one face base from the Body Shop, and this was also a replacement. So I did have this, I used it up. This was a replacement. So this was like really the month of replacements for me. Like I've already counted out like at least 6 or 7 like replacement items here. I just ran out of everything this month. I don't know what the deal is, but I did. So let me see what else I can say is a replacement here. So this mascara is the Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced. This actually came in a set, but I did buy the set knowing that I needed a mascara. So this was also kind of like a replacement because I ran out of mascara. So I got this as a replacement. Come on, kitty, get down. There we go. Sorry about that. And then I was running very, very low on my Revlon Color Stay Liquid Liner. So I bought a replacement, which is the Revlon Color Stay Skinny Liquid Liner. So it's pretty much the same liner except it's got a thinner like applicator. So this is the, oh, wow, camera, whatever. I'm sure you've seen it before. So got this. And then I did pick up a couple other, oh, sorry, this was also a replacement. So my, so many replacements. So my Anastasia Brow Wiz ran out and I didn't want to go and spend that amount of money again on another eyebrow product. So I got a drugstore alternative and I ended up getting this one, which is the Annabelle brow pencil basically. So that's another replacement product. So many replacement products this month. This is why I won't have like such a huge haul of stuff like every month for sure, because like I'm not going to run out of stuff for a while now, hopefully. While I was in the mood for getting replacements though, I decided there were a couple of things I wanted some backups for. One was that powder, so I got a second powder. This one's still in the wrapper because it is a backup, and that's because you have to spend a certain amount on the website to get free shipping, and I know that I love this powder, and I've been repurchasing this powder like every time I run out for like the past several years. So I knew I was like eventually going to need this anyway, so I might as well get it together to get the free shipping. So that's why I got that backup. I picked up another backup mascara because I'm actually already running low on the replacement. So I do have a backup CoverGirl mascara. And I'm running very, very low also on this little sample size Too Faced Shadow Insurance. It's almost out, so I did get a replacement of that. This also came in a set though, so it was like kind of just good luck that I needed it. And so yeah, that's another sort of replacement, like backup product. And I think, let me just do one more sweep of the stuff here. Yeah, so that's it for all the replacements and like tools and all those kind of things that like were kind of necessary purchases, things like that. So now I'll just get into some of the stuff I bought just for fun, I guess. So I got a couple more eyeliners. These are the Rimmel London Wonder Swipe eyeliners, and honestly I didn't really buy them to use them as eyeliners, even though that's what they're for. Basically they're marketed as something you can put as an eyeliner, or you can rub it in to make it like a shimmery eyeshadow. I don't really want to use it for either of those things, but I did watch another YouTuber talking about these, and she used this one, this white one, as like a glittery topper, and I thought it looked so good on her as a glittery topper that I was like, yes, I'm doing that. I'm getting this for a glitter topper. And also you can use it on the lower lash line if you're doing like a glittery look, because you can get really right up close in there. Because like a lot of times I find when I'm doing like a glittery look and I want to do like a shimmer eyeshadow under here, it's so hard to get like a nice tight line. It ends up like buffing out like all the way down my face, and it's very annoying. But these you can get right in there because they have like a precise tip, and you can get it right in that lower lash line just for like some added sparkle. So that's kind of why I bought these guys. So I got this one, which is like the white one. It kind of shows up like with some blue reflex in it, kind of like a bluey pinky unicornish kind of thing. Then I got a silver, a gold, and then like a champagne color. These were actually on sale, so they were only $5 each. So I picked up these four. They have other colors too. These are the most like neutral colors I guess you could get, but they do have like green, blue, red, like all different kind of colors if you wanted to try those out, just so you know. I got a couple of highlighters because until now I didn't, like before 2020, I didn't actually own any highlighters that weren't in like Christmas sets, you know what I mean, like where there's like a pan of blush and a pan of highlighter and whatever. So the first one, I didn't want to spend a lot on this because I'm just getting into highlighters now and I don't really know my preferences yet. So I picked up this one, and this is the brush I was showing you earlier that came in a set, so I just threw it back in there because this is what you actually get when you buy this. But this is Hard Candy, and it is a trio of highlighters. They have a few different shades. This is the one I picked up because it's a more cooler tone shade, and I thought that would be kind of cool. This one is way too dark as a highlighter for me. I would prefer to use it as a blush. I have not tried it yet as a blush, but I plan to because I think it would look really pretty as one. And then, yeah, it comes with the brush. So this was one highlighter palette that I picked up. And then the other highlighter I got was this Wet n Wild highlighting bar. Now they have a few different versions of this. They have 4 different ones based on the elements. So they have earth, air, water, and fire, I believe. So this is the air version. And it is like the more pink toned one. The earth one is the most neutral. And then the water one is kind of blue, and the fire one is kind of bronzy. So that's the other highlighter I got. So I think I'm set for highlighters now, because highlighters apparently take forever to go through, and I can totally see why, because you only use like a little dusting of it. So I'm gonna see how those go for now. Like I said, I'm sticking with drugstore for now, until I really get to know like how I use highlighter and all that stuff, because it's very new to me. So yeah. Next, I'm saving all the palettes for last because I did bring a lot of palettes into my collection this month. Most of you know, like, palettes are like my weakness. Eyeshadows are like my weakness. So the fact that I brought in so much non-eyeshadow related stuff is the part that really shocked me, because I already kind of knew I bought a lot of palettes. I always do. But yeah, let's move into lip stuff. So I got 2 little Tarte lip paint minis. My camera is really annoying me today. Like, it's so hit and miss with the focus. But I'm sure you guys have seen these before. They are pretty well, like, there we go. So they're like Tarte. Everyone knows Tarte. They gave out one of these, I think, as like a Sephora birthday gift or something a couple of years ago. So a lot of people have one of these already, like the nude color one. I think it's called Birthday Suit. And I really like Birthday Suit. I really like the formula. I like the color and everything. And I saw this on their like bundles page on their website, and it was called like the Lip Kit Volume 2 or something like that. And it was like a duo, basically, like a set of these 2, both in mini size. And I love mini lip products. Like, I've said this before in other videos, and I'll say it again. I think it's the best idea to do mini lip products so you can have a wider variety of tones, but you still use it all before it expires because they're in mini form. So I thought this was a great idea. I love that they're both pretty neutral, because that's what I like to wear. I'm glad they didn't just pair up like a nude with like a hot pink or something, because then I would never wear it. This is like at least like kind of a mauvey pink that I can still like feel like I can still pull off. So I picked up those, and then I picked up 2 drugstore lipsticks. These are the Almay. I don't know what collection this is, but this one's called Go Wild and this one's called Be Strong. So I just love the packaging on these guys. The color of the actual lipstick is the color of the base. So there's like a nude and like a more corally red. So they had a whole range as well in this collection of different colors, but they were all a lot more vibrant. These were the most neutral ones they had. And I did get these on sale for like a 2 for something at the drugstore, 2 for 14 or something like that. So I picked up those, and then I'm honestly shocked at myself for getting this many lip products because I don't really go through them that much. But I saw this set of 8 lip crayons at Shoppers Drug Mart, which is a drugstore here in Canada. And they have their own brand called Quo Beauty. So these are the Quo Beauty brand lip crayons. And I picked those up after Christmas. They were kind of on sale because it was like a Christmas gift set kind of thing. And so far, I'm really, really enjoying them. This one I've used the most. It's my favorite one. You can already see that I've used quite a relatively large amount of it. Like, the shape of the tip is already kind of wonky, right? Because I've used it so many times. But I really like it. It's kind of a cooler tone nude compared to a lot of my other nude lip products. But yeah, that one and then these 2, obviously these are all the more nude colors in there. Surprise, surprise, but I've used these 2 as well. I have not yet tried the other 5. They're a lot brighter, right? But some of them look pretty good. The only one I'm a little afraid of is the purple. I don't really like purple lip stuff, but the other ones I feel like, yeah, they're bright, but like with a really neutral eye look, it'll like not be so bad. So I have those. I'll just put these all down. All right, so that's everything so far excluding, oh, nope, sorry, one more thing. Two more things. Okay, so this is another Z palette that I got this year because I had so many singles and I just really needed a Z palette for it. So this is another thing I bought, which is the Z palette, but within the palette, there are some new singles that I bought this year. So specifically, I bought this one right before Christmas, so it doesn't count. It was in 2019, but this is a Cleona jeweled multichrome, and I liked it a lot. So I bought 2 more of the jeweled multichromes here, and then a pastel multichrome. So those are those 3 right there. So those are all new in 2020. And then these 2 rows here, like vertically, are, try and get you nice and close up. So those 2 end rows, these 2 end rows, are all new in 2020 as well. They are all Cleona duochrome. So you can tell the difference because the multichromes always come in square pans and then duochromes come in circular pans, at least for now. They might change that in the future, but so those 8 shades are also new in 2020. All right, now we are into palettes, eyeshadow palettes. So first one I want to mention is the Urban Decay Urban Vices palette. This was not purchased, but it was my mom's actually, and she didn't want it anymore. It's an older palette, so she decluttered it to me. So I have this palette now. It's really pretty purple tones. I love purple, so I was really happy to get that. Have not yet tried it, but I probably will soon because I'm not sure how old it is. So that's new to me, but not new. And then let's see, what should I start with here? Okay, I'll start with these. So if you guys follow my channel, you know the whole debacle that I had with Too Faced. If you don't know about that, there's a video about it on my channel. You can go find that. But basically, I placed an order on Black Friday for 3 palettes. And then there was this whole mishap where they didn't all come and all this stuff. So basically, this one did come. So I'm not counting this in my 2020 new arrivals because technically I got this in 2019. And I should have gotten all 3 of these in 2019. But I didn't because of all this drama that went down. So this one was in 2019. Doesn't count. But these 2 I just got today, even though I bought them so many months ago. But these are 2 palettes that are new to me in 2020. And they also happen to be brand new. I just got them today, haven't even swatched them yet. So I will just show them to you. This is the Sweet Peach palette. They're not like new releases or anything, so I'm sure you guys have seen them in other people's videos many times before. But we'll just show for the sake of the video. And the Clover palette. So I'm really excited to try these. I've been wanting to try them obviously for months since I bought them. So those 2 are new. And then I also got one more palette from Too Faced. This one is the one that came in a set with the mascara and the primer. After Christmas they had kind of like a bundle deal, like kind of sale thing. And it's a chocolate gold palette. Again, not a new release. You've probably seen it before, but it is new to me. And that's what that looks like. I've really been enjoying this one. I've used this one quite a bit so far this year since I got it. So it's really, really nice. And then what else we got here? After Christmas again, I picked up this Quo Beauty palette again from Shoppers Drug Mart brand. And it is obviously a Christmas, you can tell it's a Christmas palette. That they had on a really good deal. It was like about half off when I bought it in January, and it's really pretty. I got it honestly kind of on a whim because it was such a good price, and I didn't know if I would like love it or not, and I do. I really love it. I think all these tones are really flattering on my skin. It obviously it's a neutral palette, but like it's really, really pretty and fun to work with. So that. And then this one I'm throwing in here because I can't actually remember if it was 2019 or 2020 when I got it. It was like right on the borderline. It could have been, you know what? It was 2019, so I'm going to put it aside. It's the BU palette, but now that I'm thinking about it, I remember bringing this to my parents' house for Christmas. So that means it was before 2020, so that doesn't actually count. Makes me feel a little better because I have way too much stuff. Okay, And I believe this one also might have been 2019. I can't remember because it was so close to the end of the year, so I'll just throw it in here anyways. So either very late December or 2019 or 2020, and this is the Milani Gilded Noir palette. That's what it looks like. Can't tell if it's focused. I think not, but whatever. Yeah, so this might have been this month. I really can't remember. My memory sucks. Okay, the next four I know for sure are 2020 for sure. So this is the Moschino or whatever, however you say it, and Sephora laptop palette. It is honestly so fun to work with. The packaging is a little much. It's a little bit bulky for no apparent reason. Like, it really doesn't need to be, but I've been enjoying using it. I really like the quality of these shadows. It's like really amazing for considering it's a, like Sephora brand. They usually don't have the best quality, but this one's really good. And then I picked up this on a really good sale as well, which is the Auto Balm Pick Perf palette. It was half off when I picked it up, and that's what the inside looks like. So it's really nice, just like a kind of a mini palette. The rest are all mini palettes basically. So this one, next was the Violets by Juvia's Place. This one, just when it came out, I was so excited because I love purple so much, and I was like not disappointed. I've used this a couple times since I only just got it a couple weeks, maybe a week ago or two, and so far I'm loving it. Like, it makes the most beautiful purple looks. Yeah, it's a really, really great mini palette. And then the last two palettes I picked up were two Violet Voss mini palettes. This is Le Macaron palette. It's an all shimmer palette with 5 shades. Come on. I'm so sorry, you guys. I did do a video swatching these, so you'll have a better idea. If you're interested, you can go watch that. And then the last one is the Sweet Violet palette, which is the purple, again, purple mini palette. Gorgeous. And that is everything that has come into my collection in 2020 so far. It's a lot. It's obviously a lot. Now, to be fair, a good solid like half of those things were pretty much replacements. Like, I had to replace literally almost everything. Like, I had to replace mascara, foundation, primers, sponges, like moisturizers, eyeliners, like literally pretty much every category you can think of except for eyeshadow was like, I needed it for like a replacement purpose. Like, I was completely out of my current whatever I was using. So I feel a little better about that, knowing that a lot of those were replacements. Like, I feel like it was unavoidable to a certain degree. The palettes, though, I have no excuses for the palettes. It's a lot. I have a lot of new eyeshadows now that I didn't have before. I did declutter a whole bunch at the end of 2019, but just because you declutter something doesn't mean you should just bring in a whole bunch more like right away. That's actually defeats the purpose of the declutter. So I'm a little disappointed in myself, I guess, for that. I thought I had more willpower than this. But yeah, it's really good, I think, to kind of assess what you've brought in the last like month or two, just to see where you're at. Because this was really eye-opening for me, to realizing that I really need to not buy another eyeshadow palette for a while. And it's hard because there's so many that are coming out that I absolutely adore. Like, I just saw the Jeffree Star Bloodlust palette reveal literally earlier today, and it just made me so mad that I've already spent so much money on these palettes that now I can't get that one. But that's the way it goes. And if you're going to be smart with your money, you can't just get everything you want. And you know what? I've already made my decision about getting the ones I have, which are these ones here. And so now I really need to focus on these ones and enjoying them until I have the funds again to be able to buy some more palettes. The next one I really have my eye on that I want to get so badly is the, it's kind of a weird one. You guys would probably think like, really, that one? but because it's not new or anything. But the Lime Crime Venus XL2 palette, it is that pink and green kind of 18 pan, I believe, 18 pan palette. It came out last year, I think, but I never saw it last year because that was kind of before I got into makeup again. Like, I was into makeup a lot in college, and then I took a real long break from it. And then I just got into makeup again recently, and I didn't hear about this release back when it came out. Not a lot of people talk about Lime Crime because of some drama that's gone down with the brand, so it's like kind of like one of those controversial brands, so I didn't hear anyone talking about it. And they haven't had a release recently, so there was no one to really, like, there was no reason to really talk about it, and it was just through my own curiosity that I went to their website randomly, and I saw this palette, and it is such a me palette. Like, that is definitely the next one I want to get, but it is, like, on the expensive side. Like, in Canadian dollars, it's $77, which is really expensive. Like, really expensive for a palette. That's like a Jeffree Star palette, or like, I don't know, it's pretty expensive. So I certainly cannot afford to get it now. I think I need to wait. It's like such a beautiful springtime looking color story though, so I think I will want to get it at some point in the spring, but I'm forcing myself to wait till at least the end of March, beginning of April, to pick that up, because I need to get through the next few weeks without buying any palettes, because I really do not need them. So this is interesting because I probably wouldn't have had this moment of clarity and reality check if I didn't actually pull out all of the things I've brought into my collection over the past 2 months and really just sat here and looked at it and been like, okay, that's a lot of stuff. So, yeah. So that's kind of like my update for you guys on what has come in recently. I'm still processing. It's just like so much. It's so much. But I do plan on, you know, going through a lot of this stuff. Maybe not this stuff because this is the newer stuff, but I am working on like going through some of my older makeup, that stuff that's almost done, you know, like things that are almost panned or like really close down to the nub, like different things like that, like that I can really finish up and get out, and then I'll feel better about what's come in. Yeah, so that's all I have for you guys for this video. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for the next video, which will be tomorrow because I do post a video every single day. Yeah, so that's all I have for you guys for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye guys.